caballeros, ustedes recibieron sus instrucciones. Mira, aquí está bien, aquí no. Aquí está bien, aquí no. Delos el todo para arriba. Yo quiero una play limpia. Escúchame, cuídate. ¿Listos? Vámonos.
Alvarez, a budding star in Mexico, is already in the Guinness Book of World Records. He and 6 brothers.
A lot of excitement about Saul Alvarez's first appearance here in the United States.
Amateur experience as professional fighters.
If the kid has already had 44 professional fights, as he says he has, not impenetrable opponent for Alvarez to be facing. There's a good right hand. Is that too fast a start for his career?
No, I don't think so, because they match him very carefully. They're not fighting quality fighters down there. And there's
by the 19-year-old. And he is wobbled by a left hook, and he's in trouble, and Cotto's dumping him. And maybe the matchmaking was a mistake, but no, he gets out of trouble, still wobbling, still having trouble getting his feet under it. Miss, he dodges a right hand, comes back with a right. His solution is to fight.
He should be clinching.
He's fighting instead of clinching.
Well, when you're 19 and you've been so successful, you don't know a lot about having to clinch. But he's fighting back, he's trying to be intelligent.
And again, if you can try to get to the man while he's still hurt.
It was a left hook that wobbled him. Alvarez is trying to solve everything with one big right hand.
Today, so who knows how long he can hold that weight.
Uppercut by Alvarez lands. Almost landed that.
Mexican or Mexican-American star, because there is some. And here is a kid who has been to watch.
Annual, we were talking about hooking off the jab in the last fight.
Speed and power, then that's going to probably neutralize that. They shouldn't have, but you know, that's what it is.
Were they training together down there in Tampa?
Good hard left hand by Alvarez.
They train together at the same time, but he goes in a little bit.
Training his brother for the fight against Foreman.
Give each other advice when they're training. They train totally separate, go past each other, never interfere with each other's training.
Good counter right hand up the canvas, and Alvarez has just evened up the knockdown on the scorecard.
Okay.
It's going to be Montiel continuing his superstardom in the lower weight classes.
Yeah, but 19 and a welterweight, and if he should come back from that,
getting off balance coming in.
He landed 9 punches.
You know, and he's taking advantage of his height and size. He's keeping Cotto lunging, coming in off balance and trying to.
In the last minute of round 2, that was something of a comeback rally, and now they're giving and taking in round number 3.
And if Jose can keep that pressure on him, it's going to be very interesting to need him.
Well, what Jose Cotto is doing is following young Alvarez.
Emmanuel, after you analyzed the problem, it looked like he brought up.
Cotto does. He has almost learned to do it and get off balance, and he counter punches him as he comes in. See there, same thing again.
But he steps.
He's come from the family with 6 brothers, so he's been boxing since he was a kid.
So fighting for 5 years.
That's what I was going to say. Like, you know what you look at? He's 19, but he's got about 30-something fights.
They see on his trunks the word Canelo. That means cinnamon. They call him cinnamon for that reddish hair.
Yeah, but looks more Irish than he does Mexican.
All right, we're going to go to Floyd Mayweather's dressing room between rounds, and you're going to be watching
Alvarez. I thought Canelo Alvarez led the junior shots to pull out round 3, so 2-1 Canelo Alvarez.
Well, I'm thrilled you corrected me, Harold. I was unaware, did not notice that Tony Weeks didn't win from the score that I might have anticipated, and thank you, Harold, for your sharp eyes. Good uppercut.
Alvarez is keeping in the height. But if he could just get a little bit closer, he would be very effective.
Having recovered from the shock of getting hurt by Cotto in round 1. He's trying to load it up a little more. Right there. Hard right hands up and under, and the body shot. Another well-placed uppercut with the left hand. That was just tapping him. He was landing shots.
At the same time, Cotto kept coming.
Yep.
Guess what? If
Is well delivered and starting to gain some purchase. And look at the determination of Jose Miguel Cotto, who keeps his head right.
there's recharging, and Cotto just following him around and letting him recharge without attacking him.
With that uppercut right in there and stays on top of Alvarez. Terrific test for the young fighter being provided by Jose Miguel. That was crowd-pleasing action.
Nazeem Richardson, in a telephone press conference, used painkillers for his hands, which he did. And
The tactic of saying that he didn't know exactly what he was doing and that he had been fooled into taking performance 7 years ago. Eventually, Mosley was forced by circumstances and by grand jury testimony and depositions to come clean and acknowledge
whatever, he was certainly responsible. And what's always been interesting to me is like he was lumbering around a little from too much muscle.
hard left hook by Alvarez. I think what's emerging about 8 or 10 clean shots.
Cotto's got a great chin too.
Emerging here, Emmanuel, what we're seeing from this 19-year-old is that he has unusual athletic coordination for boxing and great timing.
Yes,
great timing for when to deliver the shots.
And what I see is great poise.
And he's hurting Cotto with those right hands and the left hooks. Cotto not throwing back, finally releases his hands.
He's never been seriously hurt in this whole fight, and has been hit with some tremendous shots.
To the notion of being a 4-1 underdog. Emmanuel, if Tommy Hearns had been a 4-1 underdog against Ray Leonard on the night of September, he would have thought something about it, right?
Yes, he would have. And Shane is maybe a little too mild a person. As a matter of fact, with the Detroit people came in and bet big money, and Hearns was a favorite when it finished up.
Amazing.
Yeah, great. The fact that the betting went just like the fight went, back and forth.
Good hard right hand, but and the ability to throw these shots with extreme accurate.
Well, I didn't know about that. But he's fighting a very good fight, considering time off, and to be fighting a good young prospect like Alvarez.
It's last year, only one in 07 and none in 08. So he was largely inactive in Alvarez. Jose Miguel Cotto had 3 fights, landed 17 punches in the last minute of round number 5, and now, as the last minute of round 6 arrives, he heats it. Alvarez.
But Alvarez is very sharp, very crisp, and punching with full authority and crispness.
Alvarez.
You know,
see the numbers on power punches here.
19 and 20, doesn't it, Emmanuel?
Yes, it does. And I like the fact that he started early, because the fact that, you know, he doesn't have that type of an amateur background in it, but he's a very well-schooled fighter.
As good as he does since Roy Jones Jr. I mean, he is terrific coming off those ropes. 5-1, Alvarez.
Constant pressure over the course of a 10-round fight.
And best punch in a while. Most of them are partially blocked as Alvarez is keeping his hands way up.
Well, we're going to see now in these late rounds how this youngster can stay.
Body shot.
What? He's watching the entire show.
Want to say hello to your new fighter?
If he throws a jab, can you call it a cinnamon stick?
So Emmanuel, is Miguel Cotto, younger brother, watching tonight at training camp in Tampa?
Yes, he is.
A brilliantly skilled boxer.
Very, very talented fighter. Moves, punches very well. Very well-schooled fighter. All the guys that nobody have knocked out neither. He's not a great puncher, but he's not that bad a puncher neither.
Are you talking on the record?
On the other hand, a powder puff puncher compared to your guy, right?
Yeah, but the guys that Foreman is...
Get her off the record
No,
here.
I'm being honest. No, I have a lot of respect for you and Foreman. Me and Miguel, the whole camp does.
Now, when this round comes to a close, number 19 of last year, Floyd Mayweather made his big comeback after 21 months in, quote, retirement against Juan Manuel Marquez. One thing led to another, however, when the negotiations for Pacquiao versus Mayweather broke down over the issue of drug testing. Shane stepped up and said, hey, I'll take any test you want.
His territory, he's just won a fight, looked terrific. You know, that Mayweather was standing there in charge.
And the only person that's been hurt has been Alvarez himself in the fight. To really hurt Cotto, even though he's hitting with clean shots. The fact that I know he's about 10 pounds overweight. And look at that, he's taking all of these.
Do you think that at 140, Cotto can give some of those good junior welterweights?
Yes, I am very impressed tonight. Yes, considering
in Mexico against opponents whose names we don't know, but the fourth one was Larry Mosley of Southern California, who
17 at the time, Alvarez.
And in 08, a couple of years ago, when Alvarez went 4 straight fights going the distance. He won 4 consecutive 10-round decisions, is a veteran from 10, 15 years ago. We had seen him in some lesser fights.
He was
to learn what he would learn from going rounds. So he says, I decided to dispense with knocking people out for a few fights so that I could learn what I was going to learn. Now, whether that's true or not, it's a remarkable comment for a fighter to make.
He's fighting like a seasoned fighter. He's rolling his shoulders, counting, punching, pulling back, and counting with hooks, uppercuts, and not wasting any punches.
Before. CompuBox numbers in the 8th round, thank you, and did so, dominating the round, landing 24 of 43. Quick left hook by Alvarez. Settled into the notion that he's going to be going the distance here with Jose Miguel Cotto. So
win the fight. If the knockout comes, it comes. But he's certainly not trying to sit on a lead here.
I don't think there's any reason to say that the punching power is less than what was billed. I think this is a strong performance that Alvarez has in his head. He's trying to win the fight by decision at this point.
If we've ever seen a young Tyro smart, and if they're ever